Hello there and welcome to I Am Sounding English. Hello, my name is Pip and I have designed resources to improve pronunciation while maintaining fluency so that you are on the way to improving your English and getting you better understood. This is the 11th in a series about how to improve pronunciation naturally while acquiring a second language by focusing this time on intonation. In the last video, I explained how building up pressure and the stops can lead to better chunking. This time, I will draw attention to intonation to convey additional information. I will focus on the main types of intonation patterns used in the English language and how it can be applied to regular topics using my pronunciation training videos, and hopefully your students can apply it to their conversations on the same topic.
So we're gradually getting through the course on the segmental features. We've worked on the vowels and word syllables and so on, rhythm, schwa, sentence chunking. But today we're going to look at intonation because this carries so much feeling in what you're trying to convey. Some of it obvious, some of it less obvious. But with us getting the students to work for the time pair practice, you're having this golden opportunity for the students to actually apply this pronunciation to the conversations they want to talk about. And so we've looked at ways of using notation to stress certain aspects of the actual contrast. But now we're going to look at intonation itself, finding your own voice. So I always like to describe intonation as like a wave in how you speak. It goes up and it goes down. It goes up and down, basically. So intonation, there is the general facts aspect. So it basically goes up when you want to say something clear. This is a pen. I'm a teacher. I'm from England. I like to play the guitar. I didn't have breakfast this morning. So we kind of understand that anyway. It can also go the opposite direction too. It can go down. Where are you from? What is your job? Your first language is English, isn't it? What qualifications do you have? Could you sign here? I mean, you could say it in the more regular way as well. Where are you from? What is your job? Your first language is English, isn't it? What qualifications do you have? Could you sign here? So you can be more friendly as well, but formal, it tends to go down instead of up. But also when you're contrasting, it can be a lot more exaggerated too. I think it is important. The deadline is tomorrow. You're joking. So you can see that on those 3 sentences. There's also something called attitudinal function. Basically, your feelings, the fall rise and the rise fall. So if it's a fall rise, there's doubt, uncertainty. Whereas a rise fall, you can be impressed or even arrogant or confident. Really? Really? Interesting? Interesting. So if someone asks you, what do you think about the handling of COVID by the government? It was interesting. Interesting. So there's doubt. It was interesting. You were possibly impressed. So remember that at the end. Now, the reason why it's challenging for Japanese students is because if you look at Japanese, a lot of the intonation is basically on the lexical meaning, i.e. refers to the meaning of a word. So, for example, if I think of persimmon and oysters, for example, kaki and kaki. So the two have a different meaning, just the intonation on how I say those words, and therefore it gives a different meaning. English has a lot wider use, as you can see above. And so it is challenging for Japanese students, I find, in understanding this. There's also exceptions to rules. So we talked about all these points about the falls and rises, but a statement is a fall, but it's a rise if it's non-final and you're questioning. A command's a fall, sit down, please. Or a return a command into a request. Could you sit down? Or a WH question, where are you from? But warms way, where are you from? More interesting. Yes, no goes to a rise. Do you like studying? Or do you like studying? Is more an explanation. Or a rise in a tag can go down more. This is easy, isn't it? There's always exceptions to rules as well, so it can be quite challenging to follow. Let's have a look at this conversation about intonation, just so you get an idea of people's intention. So this person is going to have an explanation about something regarding food, and on the right side, you're going to see the true feelings. This is not bad. This is not bad. This is good, but needs more salt. Could you pass the salt? I could if you say it nicely. Could you please pass the salt? Here you are. Next time, make your own. Apologies for the poor acting, but you can see there's a variety of true feelings behind it. Okay. The fool, this is not bad. This is not bad. This is not bad. So you can see the differences there. A partial fool, this is good, but needs more salt. Could you pass the salt? I could if you said it nicely. Could you please pass the salt? Here you are. And next time, make your own. So you can see how you pronounce it has a different feeling. And there's more than one way to actually say this. So remember that it can be a lot more versatile in meaning. So it's natural to emphasize in the conversation on particular words. So we've done it before. I love that photograph. This one, no, that photograph. Yes, I look so young. You still do. You're too kind. You must want something. Can I borrow some money? In a word, no. So you can see how it's moved to convey meaning. So let's look at rational intonation. Now, we're going to focus on the contrast again with certain phrases. Okay, with the computer, no, not with the computer, but you'll understand as we move along. Oh my God. Okay. So someone says, my car was stolen. Oh my God. And it was new. What are you going to do? I don't know, but it is insured. Well, that is a relief. So you can see how the response has a greater contrast with the particular words. And so I'll get students to make their own conversation instead to practice. And also you can get students to copy and repeat these parts as well. Like, tell me about it. Tell me about it. I'm so tired. Tell me about it. You're joking. I lost my wallet. You're joking. Seriously. I have to work overtime. Seriously. Really? I got full marks in my test. Really? Nightmare. It took an extra hour to get here. Nightmare. How embarrassing. I pushed to get off the train, but the door's closed. How embarrassing. What happened? Sorry, I'm late. What happened? Were you all right? I fell down the stairs. Were you all right? What did you do? I got lost. What did you do? Okay, so you can work on those phrases and copy the shadowing techniques as well. Again, on the website, there's plenty of video options to sensitize your pronunciation as such, okay? Whether it be the 10 questions, the longer questions, the phrases as such, and even the longer questions as well. So students get a real opportunity to copy those sounds more naturally. And that's about it. And as a final point, try to look at role models. So if you go onto YouTube, find a famous person who you admire and try to watch their interviews and try to copy their sounds. Again, lots of media out there to use to help you. Okay. Well, thank you very much. Keep going.